U.S. campus protests. Rival Gaza protest groups clash at UCLA. Pro-Palestinian and pro-Israel groups have clashed at the University of California, Los Angeles, UCLA, as demonstrations over the war in Gaza continue across U.S. campuses. Nationwide rallies, during which there have been hundreds of arrests, showed no sign of stopping over the weekend. At UCLA, physical altercations broke out after a barrier separating the two sides was breached, an official said. The White House has insisted that demonstrations must remain peaceful. Columbia University urges pro-Palestinian protesters to disperse after failed talks. New York, April 29, Reuters. Columbia University's president said on Monday that talks with pro-Palestinian protesters who began camping on the Ivy League campus 2 weeks ago had failed, and urged them to voluntarily disperse, without saying what would happen if they did not. President Nemat Shafik, whose administration was criticized by a campus oversight panel on Friday for its response to the protests, said in a statement that organizers and academic leaders could not reach an agreement that would break a stalemate over the encampment, which the administration says violates university rules. Student protests over the Israel-Hamas war roil U.S. campuses ahead of graduations. Dozens of tornadoes strike Oklahoma, killing at least 4. By Rich McKay and Maria Caspani. April 28, Reuters. At least 4 people died, including a 4-month-old baby, and scores were injured in Oklahoma this weekend after dozens of twisters swept the U.S. southern plains, while weather alerts on Sunday put more than 7 million Americans under tornado warnings. Oklahoma Governor Kevin Stitt on Sunday declared a disaster emergency for the state, freeing up more money for first responders and recovery operations. EF3 tornado causes deadly destruction in Sulphur, Oklahoma. Most businesses in downtown Sulphur were completely destroyed by an EF3 tornado on Saturday night during a severe weather outbreak. Fox weather correspondent Brandy Campbell said the situation is dangerous because buildings continue to collapse 2 days after the tornado. Trump and DeSantis meet to bury the hatchet after 2024 primary fight, sources. Florida's governor has signaled he plans to fundraise for his former rival. Trump and DeSantis meet to bury the hatchet after 2024 primary fight, sources. Real estate investor Steve Witkoff arranged the meeting, a second source said. DeSantis had breakfast with Trump while he was playing golf, Mark Wallheiser/Getty Images, file. Fights break out during dueling pro-Palestinian, pro-Israel demonstrations at UCLA. Los Angeles, KABC. Dueling demonstrations on the UCLA campus Sunday resulted in skirmishes between groups showing support for an encampment of pro-Palestinian protesters and counter-protesters rallying around the university's Jewish students. A group of demonstrators breached a barrier that the university had established separating 2 groups of protesters on our campus, resulting in physical altercations, according to a statement from Mary Osako, vice chancellor of UCLA Strategic Communications. UCLA has a long history of being a place of peaceful protest, and we are heartbroken about the violence that broke out. Israeli officials threat of ICC arrest warrants over war in Gaza. Israeli media reports say the International Criminal Court might soon issue arrest warrants for senior Israeli government and military officials. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says Israel will never accept any attempt by the ICC to undermine its inherent right of self-defense, file, Ronan Zvolen/Reuters. Israeli officials are growing wary that they could face prosecution by the International Criminal Court, ICC, over the war in Gaza. After days of conjecture in Israeli media, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs said late on Sunday that it has issued warnings to senior political and military officials that they could soon face arrest warrants. The ministry said it has informed Israeli missions of rumors concerning prosecutions.